Welcome back. A few days ago, we had my daughter Willow here for our Broadway hour. Today, we have my son Jamo, who has his own artistic passion, which is cooking. All right, Jamo, what are your specialties?
Probably challah bread French toast.
Yes,
of course.
that's a good one.
Stir fry.
Fantastic.
What else?
Omelets?
I haven't made one.
You made a dessert tortilla last night?
That's true.
That was really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, I asked him to join us today to share one of his favorite recipes. Also with us for some professional guidance, we have our sous chef and owner of the Michelin-star vegetarian restaurant Dirt Candy here in New York, Amanda Cohen. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
All right, what are we making today?
Challah bread French toast.
Hey. All right, let's start. No, you start. Tell us what to do.
Okay, so first we're gonna gather our spices. We have nutmeg, pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, vanilla, and salt. Milk, of course, challah.
How many eggs? What's the rule?
One for each person.
Okay.
So if you are doing three people, then 3 eggs.
Perfect.
So we're doing 3 people, so of course 3
Makes
eggs.
sense.
So first we're gonna whisk the eggs.
Okay.
We want it to like not have like clumps of eggs, just
Yeah, that would be gnarly.
yeah, really bad. So we're gonna mix the eggs.
Do you have an order that you go in, or do you pour it all in?
We
Do you
that's
use
a
a
little
little?
much.
Okay.
So we're gonna use a. So we're just gonna use.
I'll hold your whisk.
So first we're gonna do the milk actually.
Wait, you're the sous
Yeah,
chef.
I'll whisk.
Oh, yeah.
You
So,
take
yeah.
the whisk.
He's the chef.
whisk.
I'm just the assistant.
So I'm gonna put in the milk now.
How do you know how much?
I mean,
Trust your gut?
Yeah, just your gut.
Depends on how hungry you are.
Yeah, that's true. And then we're gonna take cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon? Here, you want cinnamon first?
No,
That's
nutmeg. Sorry, nutmeg. Nutmeg.
Okay.
So we're gonna put some nutmeg in. Maybe you can put like a little bit more. That's good. Now, pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
That's pretty unique. Pumpkin pie spice. I like that.
Now the cinnamon.
Okay.
1, 2. Okay, now some vanilla. So we can just
go for it.
Yeah.
just
Make
go
it
for
spicy.
it. Let's make it spicy.
It smells so good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we can get our
Take the
challah.
Okay.
Take the
Thick
bread.
slices, right?
Thick slices. Maybe.
And why challah bread?
Challah bread because it's, of course, yummier and it works better.
Okay.
Duh.
You're gonna dip.
Yep.
Duri? I don't know
Dip.
what I'm trying to say there.
And do you just dip it quickly, or do you let it sit for a bit?
You just dip it quickly.
Okay.
So then you put it on the skillet.
Okay. So, got it? All right. There we go.
And then how
Put that
long do
on.
you leave it?
Usually wait a couple minutes.
Okay.
And then you flip it. If it's not like all like cooked, like all crispy, then you flip it over again.
At what point do we eat it? When can we eat it?
When it's done, of course.
Oh, well.
All right, well, we already have some golden brown challah French
Yeah.
toast here because of TV magic.
Flip it.
All right, it's time for your favorite part. What's your favorite part? Your
Flipping
favorite
it?
part is flipping it, but my favorite part is eating it.
Not need me.
Not
Time for
yet.
my favorite part. Can I please just eat it?
Not yet.
All right, fine. Well, can I eat the one that you did before?
Yeah.
All right, which one should I have? Just
Well, I
like
didn't
this guy?
actually didn't eat those before. I mean, make them. Sorry,
God.
make them. I didn't make them before.
Anything on it?
It's so good. We believe in carb loading at our house. Thank you, babe. You're really good at this. I like you a lot. Welcome back. I'm here with Jameson and Chef Amanda Cohen. Amanda and I are both active in No Kid Hungry. It's a national campaign that supports thousands of school districts and community organizations. They ensure millions of kids who would otherwise face hunger have access to healthy food. It's especially important during this National School Breakfast Week, which is also appropriate. Jameson, you're eating breakfast. So can you explain more about No Kid Hungry for people who may not know?
Yeah, so No Kid Hungry is a national campaign whose goal is basically to feed kids. There's 14 million kids that face food insecurity in this country every single day. That's 1 in 5 kids. That means that we probably know these kids in our community. And so No Kid Hungry works with schools and local organizations to make sure that these kids get fed, that they get meals so that they can go to school and be a kid and work and learn and go home and rest and then come back and start the day over again. It's so important.
Yep, it's the most important. How did you first get involved with them?
Well, about 16 years ago.
Sorry, he's just... Jamo's just chowing down.
I figured it wasn't for me.
You're good. Continue.
So,
how did you first start working with them?
I was hungry. So about 16 years ago when I opened my restaurant, they had approached me and asked them to cook with them. And I went in and I fell in love with the organization, and then they couldn't get rid of me. And so 16 years later, I'm still here, I'm still doing it.
Thank goodness. Yeah, I saw, for me, I saw that documentary, A Place at the Table.
Yeah.
And the first scene takes place in my hometown, Philadelphia. And I met Billy Shore. He runs No Kid Hungry, and he's one of the most magical people you'll ever meet in your life. He will cry within 5 minutes of meeting you, and that's super my speed as well. And then he took me around to schools, and I got to talk to kids and see how the breakfast programs run and meet the people in the cafeterias helping and helping to make the stigma of being hungry go away so that kids aren't embarrassed to eat, right? So that breakfast goes to everybody, so it's not pointing out, oh, you didn't get breakfast or whatever. It's a really beautiful group of people that are doing so many incredible things on such a high level.
So much hard work. They are so incredible.
Yeah. As I mentioned, it's National School Breakfast Week, and you've seen how it affects people when they don't get a solid meal, right? You can't learn when you're hungry.
You can't learn. I mean, I think about it in my restaurant, and I think about my cooks when they don't come having had breakfast or at lunch, and they're really hard to work with. They're grumpy, they're sassy, they don't want to be there, they want to go out, they want to have something to eat. And if that's what happens with adults who can self-regulate, imagine what happens with kids when they go to school and they don't have a meal. They can't focus, they can't learn, they can't do what they're supposed to do there. And it affects everybody. It affects them, it affects their family, it affects the community.
And sometimes that one meal that they get in school is the only meal they're going to have all day. And also another wonderful thing they do is in summer with the summer meal programs, because then think about if you're getting your one meal a day in school, maybe two, and then you're off for the summer, where are you getting food? So they've also set up summer meal programs through Boys and Girls Clubs and all. It's never ending.
And how they get parents to go, like they organize it so the parents can have time to go pick up their food, or the food will get dropped off. Because without this, the parents might not be able to feed their kids. And you hear these really sad stories where a mom and a dad are choosing between like electricity and feeding their kids, or feeding themselves and feeding their kids. And that's not the country we should live in.
Jamo, you had a specific question for Amanda?
Yeah, No Kid Hungry honors Hunger Heroes. What is that?
Hunger Heroes are the people who work behind the scenes. They're like the school nutritionists and the cafeteria workers and the community organizers, the people who you don't see but put all these policies into place. And they work so hard. They work long hours. They work through the blizzard. They are the ones who came and fed the school kids over these last couple weeks or this last weekend in New York when schools weren't open. They are like our heroes.
Yep. And our next guest was recently named a Hunger Hero by No Kid Hungry. Let's welcome the Regional Director for the Manhattan Office of Food and Nutrition Services, Khadija. This is Jamo, Khadija, Amanda.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You never intended to go into food services, yes?
Honestly, that was not something I was planning for. Coming from Morocco, I was a banker, so food is a culture for us.
Yeah.
I love to eat food.
Yeah, me too.
But
So does he.
I came to New York City in 2008. Working for New York City Public School was an opportunity for me. It was a job to support me and support my family. Then I stepped into that kitchen. I wore that apron with pride. I was the one prepping meals, serving meals, cooking meals for students every day, and see that smile when they grab those meals.
Yeah.
And I've seen kids who really counted on us to be there every day to serve them.
Thank you for what you do. You're incredible. And you place a big emphasis on breakfast. Why?
Well, breakfast is very important. Some of these kids, most of them, like I say, they count on those meals. So the last meal they had, maybe that was the lunch that they had in school the day before. So we just want to make sure that every child is covered.
Jamo, fork guy over there. You got a question?
Yeah, do kids help with the menus?
Absolutely. It's been years now that we have a taste testing where kids participate and we hear their feedback. So we
That's awesome.
give them to try the new items before they're put on menu. We want to hear from the kids and we really value their feedback.
You've worked, Amanda, with kids about healthy eating. How do you get them on board with this?
Well, I'm not their favorite chef necessarily because I am the vegetable chef, so it's a little bit of a hard sell. What we do a lot at the restaurant is we try to show them that a carrot just doesn't have to be a carrot. It doesn't have to be like just roasted carrot on the plate. We make like carrot waffles and carrot hot dogs and carrot ice cream cones. And so the idea that gets them really excited is like it can be so much more than just, a raw carrot.
Amanda, you have something you want to say to Khadija?
Thank you. Thank you so much for all your hard work. You guys make it look really easy, and I know how hard it is, and these programs would not exist without you. So thank you. Thank you so much.
The ConAgra Brands Foundation firmly believes that everyone deserves consistent access to nutritious food. They want to help No Kid Hungry on their mission to end food insecurity for kids nationwide. So they're donating $10,000 to Share Our Strength, the parent organization of No Kid Hungry. We'll be right back with What I'm Liking.